To do this practice for this quiz that we'll be making the sticker, we will first download this picture. All right, so if you guys go to refresh the classroom page, download your Photoshop file. All right, and then we would have that to be used. All right, so getting into Illustrator, I think I'm going to make your size. I'm going to make you work here a little bit, and we're going to say 4 1/8. All right, would be your document size. Now, I think we tried this 4 1/8. So that messes that up, right? So remember, you can type in 1/8 and then just add the 4 at the beginning of it. Oop, I got rid of that. So you can type in your fraction, but you can't type in that mixed number. So we're going to say 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. Call this window cling practice. All right, we're just going to practice today making this, and then that way tomorrow you should have an idea of what to do with this. All right, so we have our document created, and then we're going to import that picture that we just saved. So I'm sorry, so Illustrator terminology, it's placing. All right, so I'm going to go to my pictures. I'm going to select that tree. Now, let's say we want this tree to measure, I'm going to say 3 1/2 tall. All right, a couple ways we could do that. Which actually, you know what, first though, I'm going to image trace it so I can get the exact size of it. Because if I were to resize it now, you have a little bit of white space on the top of it. So to get it to be a measurable size, I'm going to first image trace, right? And for something like this, I would probably do black and white logo, right? Because it is black and white. So I image traced. Now I'm going to expand, ungroup. Now I can get rid of that white around there, and I'm left with just the black tree here. All right, so if I want this to be exactly 3 1/2 inches tall, I could use rulers, but I can also use our property inspector, right? So 3.5. Oop. Now if you get something like that happens, I don't know if we talked about this originally, you have this little chain link, all right? Right now, if I type in the height, it's not coordinated or constrained with the width. So I would want to make that proportional. So I'm going to make sure that this link is closed here, therefore linking the height with the width. So I can put in 3 1/2. If I can find my toolbar here, I will move this over. Actually, I'll just drag it. All right. So I'm not going to be I could tell you exact location for it, but I think I'll just focus on size. All right. So from there, I guess now I need my tools. I don't know where they are. So I'm going to go to my toolbar or my window pull down, and basic. It's got to be here somewhere. Oh, where are my tools? There they are. All right. So now I'm going to reverse the fill and the stroke, or actually, I don't even have to do that. Let's pick a nice color for the tree. Now, actually, while we're talking about this with colors, this number down here is what's called a hexadecimal value. It's used for web a lot, and it can kind of give you different color codes in a different way. So I could give you an exact color combination, which maybe we should start talking about it also with color. The CMYK value of this is 89, 33, 98, 24, or we can just put in this hexadecimal value. Maybe what I'll do is I'll copy this Oop. And our document color mode, even though it's on CMYK, there's another couple ways you can set color, which, where was it? Edit, color settings. Nope. Alright, I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's go back over here. If we go to our color palette, which it's saying I have open, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. So if you ever get that happen where your color just goes to black and white, you have to open the color palette and choose RGB or CMYK. And I'll put this color code up here. Let's all try to get the same color for tomorrow. This is our hexadecimal value. 0B, 6B, 39. I'll make this a little bigger. I'm hoping that if I'm going too fast for anybody that you guys stop me before I go too fast. I know this is pretty much review other than this color aspect right now. Alright, so we should all have the same color there. Alright, from here, all we need to do really is to get our cut line around it, we would want to offset this path. Remember, so we do object path, offset path, and we're going to call this 0.05. Alright, now this path actually, there we go, had a fill but no stroke. So now we will have a stroke but no fill to that. So it's going to give us a nice little white edge around the sticker that we're going to have, or the window cling. And then if you remember our swatch colors, in order for the printer to recognize it as being a cut, we're just going to go in. Doesn't matter what the actual color is, but if we go to swatches and we say make a new swatch, we're going to call this one cut contour. CUTCONTOUR. Very specific with capitalization and the spelling, no space. And we do need to make it a spot color. Alright, so as long as we do that, then that will recognize that as being a cut. And then what I'll have you guys do is just kind of put a text box on there, and you can put a little holiday message. If you want to say Merry Christmas, that's fine. I just, I try to keep it kind of neutral for our discussions, and we'll put your name on the bottom of it. So that was an easy shape. I could have given you one with the Pathfinder to do, but we'll focus on, I guess, a simpler design. Just to get the process. I think image tracing is something we've been talking about. Getting that cut line on the outside is important. Alright, so I would save this then as my Illustrator file, so I always have my editable file, and then the last thing will be to make a PDF of it so that the with the RIP software, as it's called, can interpret that. Not seeing my home drive here, I don't think. Alright, so I'm going to save my Illustrator, and then I'm going to save, as we said, as a PDF. So you can just do a save as. That's what I'll have you guys turn in tomorrow. And then you guys won't really be able to test it in this way, but what I'll be able to do is then when I go to my, as I said, the RIP software, which is the same company that makes the printer there, what I should see is that if I load that file, didn't I save it there to my desktop? Because my home drive is not available. Let's double check. Yeah, it's in my desktop. Somebody just fall there at home? Alright, why is this not seeing my folders? Alright, I was trying to show you how it will show the line around it if it recognizes where that cut line is. But for some reason oh, here's why. I knew there was a pop-up message that I wasn't seeing. Let's try that again. Alright, here we go. So it loads it in. I can then open it up here. It's going to show me my size, so I can see right away if you have the correct size. And then if I zoom in, if you have that cut line set up right, it should be dotted around there, kind of dancing lines around there. Alright? Would you guys want to find your own shapes, or would you rather I have kind of a couple shapes of your own? Maybe I'll make that an extra credit option. If you want to find something else, as long as it's to the correct size and you have your cut line around it so that the printer can recognize it, I would probably accept that then. Alright, so that's the process though, what we'll be doing for the quiz tomorrow. Alright, so a little practice there on working with sizes and measurements, doing your image trace, and setting your swatch color. The only thing that I didn't really talk about, what I thought maybe originally was doing that Pathfinder, the dividing, by putting a shape behind it, but I think I'll keep it a little on the simpler side.